I am Mo Tuzano, the Tabletop Bellhop, your cardboard concierge, working with you to make your game nights better. Now, my goal tonight is to let you know if you should be interested in this brand new sort of game. This is the latest iteration of Survive. Survive the Island, which originally was released as Survive Escape From Atlantis, was then released as Escape From Atlantis and went through a bunch of iterations. This is a game from 1982, modernized and re-released with something totally brand new in this edition of the game no one's ever seen before. Now, this does combine some of the original elements of the original Escape From Atlantis, as well as some of the expansion content from other editions is in here. Now, this one comes from Asmodee as the big distributor, but is by Zygomatic Games. Sorry, I have that wrong. It's on the front here. Where is it? I saw it. Yes, Zygomatic. There's Zygomatic Games. This should be available at your mass market board game places, Walmart, Barnes & Noble. It's that type of game. This is a family weight, take that game about trying to get your family off the island and scoring the most points while also messing with everyone else in the game. Step one to trying the game, though, is going to be opening it up. Now, I do have to thank Asmodee for sending a review copy of this game. It's our first time working with Asmodee, which is awesome. There we have a shrink-cracked, opened copy of Survive the Island. Again, the latest edition of Survive Escape From Atlantis, Survive the Island, or Escape From Atlantis, and they kind of mashed them all. 2 to 5 player, 8+, 45-minute game. Quick one. Actually, I thought I played more players than that. 2 to 5 players. I'm going to show off the edge of the box here quickly for those of you who may care. And I love it because it did the thing I love. If you store your games like this, you're good. If you store your games like this, you're good. I always appreciate that. And the back of the box really shows off the game from what it looked like right from the original. You've got your rafts, you've got your island that's going to start falling apart. Now, the one part I find a little suspect is saying 2 million games sold. I'm like, that's 2 million of the original printing of the game. This is a new edition, and there are some changes that didn't exist in the original. So that's a little, you're pushing it there. That's a little shady. But you know what? The basic gameplay is going to be the same. Now, in all the years Survive has been out, I've never personally owned a copy, which is one of the reasons I agreed to review this version. So we have the tiles, we have deserts, we have forests. Oh, they have special stuff underneath. See, I don't think that was in the original. I swear there's 2 here. Maybe it's just very thick. No, it's just very thick. I thought it was 2. So that was a feature of the original game, the different thicknesses. So you have different thicknesses of cardboard for the different island pieces. I don't know if you can actually tell those apart. And they have funky stuff on the bottom that when you take them away are going to do something. Then we got the rule book, which is the size of the box, which I'm not a huge fan of. I hate big floppy rule books. I prefer something a little smaller that kind of stays together. This shows you how to set it up. Lots of examples, lots of color here showing. I like that they're using actual symbols in the middle of the text. And then how to play, which is you're going to move your adventures and use abilities. Then you're going to get rid of some tiles. And then the creatures are going to go. And it goes through how to use these abilities, how the rising waters work. You are looking at 5 pages minus this because the story on the cover. So 4 pages of rules. Again, family weight. This is a family weight, take that game. And then some FAQs and the explanation of how the player aid works. Interesting. And then the different abilities on the tiles. And a little reminder of the turn order. That's pretty much it. Simple game. The hex board you're going to build the island on, which probably won't completely fit on camera, but it's not, you're going to get to see enough. So it shows starting spots as well as the islands you're trying to escape to. So you're trying to get off the sinking island that goes inside this hex and get to the islands on the edge of the board with your different meeple. And it's not two-sided, mounted board. Ooh, I gotta say, I'm impressed by that box insert. I wasn't expecting that. So we have the box insert that has the 3rd type of land tile already punched. Interesting choice. These should be the thickest possible. These are the mountains. So you're going to have your different land tiles sorted in here. Odd that it's like half punched. That's an interesting design choice. We have the die, which is randomly used to determine things. These are just painted on. That is not etched in any way. It's silk screened. Does seem to be laminated. There is a small worry that over time this might wear. I don't know how badly. There's only 3 symbols on here 2 times. You could easily replace it with a standard D6. It's a spot for that. And a nice show of environmental consciousness. The components are in paper baggies, and I feel like I have my lunch in front of me. There's a summary card. Okay, so the symbols on the dice are the monsters, showing the different player colors. They're kind of done like a torn up map, very clear. The back of them has a summary of the tiles. I appreciate that. That's nice. Toss those in there. What do we have in this bag? So, paper bag with a big plastic sticker over a big plastic insert, which does not feel like it's bagasse. Well, hopefully we don't need to put these back in here, because that did not open smoothly. Oh, we got player meeples. We're going to dump these right in here. So, one of the key features... Oh, what's that? What is this thing? I have no idea. I'm guessing it's some kind of, mark. Yes, it says something LPDE recyclable. So maybe this is recyclable. So here you have your different little player components in the 4 player colors. You will note no green. Again, we often don't get red and green in the same game anymore. You have red, purple, orange, yellow, and blue, which should be more colorblind friendly. Now, the thing with these meeple is they have little numbers on the bottom. And I gotta say, they're stamped, but those are not the easiest to read. Holding up the camera, you can clearly see the 3. But one of the things in this game is when this person gets to the edge of the map, that's how many points they're worth. Now, on the purple, you can see the 3 there. That is actually like carved into the wood. So the only color you're seeing there, at least on these, is, well, on the purple, that's just bare wood you're seeing for the 3. And I gotta say, it's a little hard to read. Now, I don't know if compared to other numbers, compared to a 1, I can clearly tell them apart. Now, the yellow, though, is painted on the inside, very nice and clear to read. So, blue's also fairly easy to read. So, your people are worth different points, so you're trying to save your high-value people, and if you gotta sacrifice someone, you're gonna have to go with your low-value people to be able to win this game, and they do go all the way up to 5. So, those numbers could have been a little clearer. Again, the red, it's just the etched wood, is you're seeing the red, the wood under there, and I can read it, but it's not easy. Now, you only really have to do that at the beginning of the game when you're placing your people, and then it's up to you to remember, though I think there might be a way to peek. So there's all our meeples. I have no idea what's going to go in these little slots. It's not the meeples. And another paper baggie, sealed with plastic. Oh no, this one's sealed with paper. A paper sticker? Different. I don't know. Whatever. I appreciate board game companies are trying to be more environmentally friendly. And we have our monsters and other stuff. There's another one of these in there, whatever that is. I don't see any reason to keep that. So we got sea serpents. Nice silkscreen sea serpents. Same on both sides, painted on both sides. We got sharks. No, I'm not going to sing Baby Shark. Sharks! Those people should be familiar with. We've got the rafts. This is how your people are going to try to escape the island. And yes, the meeples stack on there fairly nicely. Note, they're not slid into place. Like they could fall off technically. Then we have something brand new. For anyone who's been a fan of the Survive series of games, I would invite you to witness the kaiju. This is a new monster. I haven't read the rules myself. From what I understand, though, this moves around on the land, but won't eat anyone. All it does is it forces everyone that's next to move away from it and run away. So this is a brand new component for the escape games, the Survive games. I actually should say Survive because there's no word escape on this anymore. I always called it Escape from Atlantis, the old version of the game. So there you go. I gotta say, top-notch quality here. Wooden components are nice. Would have liked the numbers to be a little clearer. The different thickness of the card is still there, which is nice. The iconography in that seems very clear to me. I love the new player aids. The boats go here? There we go. I think the boats go here. Just kind of trying to figure out what they expect you to put where in the insert. And similar to many of these games, it's not always clear. Publishers, please start including a where to place your components in your box. Seems weird to have something for these. And yes, this obviously is what goes here. Oh, am I missing one? I didn't drop anything this time, so... Oh, there it is. Oh, look, they even did the thing at the bottom, so it's a nice touch. So the bottom hex, when you push it, it's going to pop up, so that's always kind of nice. So there you go. What you get, you survive. Odd that you have like a spot for these, but these are loose, but whatever. It works. There is quite a lot of air in this box. This could have been a much thinner box, like less thick. Minor complaint. I get that shelf space is important to selling games. So we'll punch those out. We'll put them in the slots. Ta-da. There you go. What you get in the box for Survive the Island. Danger is everywhere. Will you make it back? A classic game going back to the 1980s, 1982. I was 7 years old when that game came out. I gotta admit, I didn't play it back then. I didn't get to try Survive until much later in its publishing history. I think it was the Stronghold Games edition, to be honest. And now I do own Survive Space Attack, which I do enjoy. This is my first copy of the original, the original Survive the Island. This is a new printing coming from, was it Zygomatic? I keep forgetting the name. I'm sorry. Yes, Zygomatic, who's a part of Asmodee. It was Asmodee who sent us this copy. I am really looking forward to bringing this. The main reason I want this, though, is I host board game nights at a local brewery, and this is the kind of game that will be a huge hit at our local brewery game nights. People get competitive, and they love stab you in the back games, and families love to play kids versus the parents and so on. So I am really looking forward to people enjoying this at our public play events. Now, when people do get this played, and when I get my copy to the table and play it myself, and I see the changes, I'll let you know what I think of it on our social media feeds, Tabletop Bellhop. You can find me pretty much anywhere. I strongly recommend Blue Sky as the place to be right now, but that could change next week. Other than that, we will be talking about this on the Tabletop Bellhop Gaming Podcast, which you can find on your podcatcher of choice. And you can find us at tabletopbellhop.com. One final thing, I am out. That's not cool. If you enjoyed this unboxing video, it would be awesome if you helped keep me caffeinated and motivated at coffee.com/tabletopbellhop. No, here, easier. tabletopbellhop.com/coffee. Because coffee is spelled whatever. tabletopbellhop.com/coffee. Help keep me caffeinated and motivated. Thank you for joining me for this unboxing video. We gotta run. The volcano's exploding. Go, 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 go.